Cheaters. This video is going to be talking about when your horse cheats with you. That's kind of an old cowboy term, like, your horse is cheating with you, or that horse is testing you. And basically, it's like when your horse is kind of defying you a little bit of testing your leadership, kind of. I know there's some people out there that don't like that term. But it's 100% normal. Every single horse does it. That is how they survive. So don't take it personal. If you watch horses in a herd, they all test each other. They all do little cheats to see, like, oh, is this horse really still the in-charge shit boss mare? But Creaker was just cheating a little bit. He chose the area where I had fed him earlier, and so he was like, ooh, there's food over there still, I know it. And so he kind of chose that spot to be a little bit sour. And when we'd get over to the area, he'd like almost side pass over to the gate or the fence area, and I wasn't asking him to do that. I was just wanting him to do loops in the new riding area because I had extended it. Creaker saw the other horses on the outside of the fence still kind of like playing with their food bowls because it was their dinner time. They wanted their dinner. And so he was just using that as an excuse to be a little brat. He wasn't nasty or mean or anything, but he just kept testing me a little bit here, cheating a little bit there. And honestly, the best thing you can do is just nip it in the bud and make your horse do what you're asking or the opposite of what you're asking. But little cheats turn into big cheats, and they snowball into big major issues down the road. You can't just ignore the little tests because those little tests are extremely, extremely important. And generally, all it takes is you being consistent in correcting their little cheats or their little tests, and just don't ignore it and let the horse know that, hey, I saw that, I paid attention to that. Correct it and move on. Every time you correct it, it's making your horse less likely to want to test you. But every time you ignore the test or the cheat, your horse is more likely to do bigger cheats and bigger tests with you. And it's not because you're being mean or anything like that. That's just how a horse's mind works. That is how they survive in a herd, is little tests. And if the leader of the herd fails the test, they are no longer the leader of the herd. There are several different ways that you can correct these little tests, and that's on each rider, their way that they like to do it. Some people really like to work their horses hard, where their horse is being stubborn. If your horse is in a hurry to get to a certain spot in the pen or whatever, make it take longer to get there. There's lots of different options that you can do, and each rider kind of does their own thing. So Creaker's main thing is he didn't want to leave that little area. He wanted to be there because he knew that there was food there. So my goal was just to get him to walk through that area without any major hang-ups. It took a few laps of him going around and working through in that area before he moved nicely through it, but he did go through it. And it's 100% normal for horses to do this. He's not a bad horse because he picked a spot to get sour in. I'd rather him get sour where we can work through it than have to just out of nowhere deal with it. It's good to work through your horse getting sour. Pay attention to the little cheats, because the little cheats become big cheats.